Have you ever loved someone with an avoidant tendency? They come and go like the wind, leaving you with countless questions and a pain that's hard to soothe. You wonder if they ever truly loved you, if they ever think of you. Trust me, there comes a moment when the avoidant person realizes they've lost you. A moment when the defensive walls crumble and genuine emotions flood in. And what causes them to change? Join me as we delve into the complex psychological journey of an avoidant person after a breakup, to better understand the fears and desires hidden deep within them. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any upcoming video. Number 1. No contact, the golden key to understanding avoidant attachment in love. The avoidant attachment style is one of the insecure attachment types, often rooted in core wounds related to the fear of being hurt or losing control in a relationship. Individuals with this attachment style tend to prioritize independence and self-sufficiency, feeling safer when maintaining emotional distance from others. However, deep inside, they harbor intense desires for connection, albeit in an idealized, unrealistic, and contradictory manner. When an avoidant person realizes they have lost an important relationship, they do not react immediately like those with other attachment styles. Instead, their emotional defense system is automatically activated, helping them suppress feelings of pain and vulnerability. One common behavior of avoidantly attached individuals is the tendency to idealize their ex-partners. While in the relationship, they often focus on your flaws to justify their need for distance. However, once you leave and are no longer present, the negative memories gradually fade, replaced by positive recollections and nostalgia. They begin to recall the meaningful moments of connection they either failed to notice or undervalued. This leads to a profound sense of regret, particularly when they realize that no one in their current life can replace you. In their mind, you suddenly become an idealized figure, the perfect person they let slip away. The paradox is that avoidant individuals are often unaware that their own idealization and unrealistic expectations contributed to the relationship's breakdown. They are caught in an emotional tug-of-war between a desire for connection and a need for distance. While they may not actively seek to rekindle the relationship immediately, your silence can lead them to gradually recognize the value of what they've lost. This is why the no-contact rule is considered an effective strategy for approaching the psychology of avoidant individuals. When you stop reaching out and create distance, the avoidant person no longer has a reason to activate their defense mechanisms. In this space, they have the opportunity to reflect, and the emotional walls they've built begin to come down. They start to see you in a new light, not as someone demanding or pressuring them, but as an independent, confident, and attractive individual. Without frequent interaction, avoidant individuals slowly forget past conflicts and tensions, instead focusing on the beautiful memories. This not only triggers feelings of regret, but also rekindles their curiosity and desire to reconnect. However, it's important to emphasize that the no-contact rule is not a tool for manipulating someone's emotions, but rather a means for both parties to take time to reflect on themselves. During this period, you not only help the avoidant person realize your value, but also gain the chance to heal and grow yourself. The peace and maturity you achieve will not only benefit you, but may also lead them to realize they've lost a meaningful relationship. This is the moment when avoidant individuals confront their wounds and genuine emotions, opening the door to rebuilding the relationship on a stronger foundation. To better understand what they go through, let's move on to the next section. Number 2. When do they truly miss you and the emotional loop? The inner world of those with avoidant tendencies in love is full of contradictions and complexities. When faced with a breakup, it can feel like a mental tsunami raging within them. Through countless books, thorough research, and insights from experts, I've uncovered fascinating truths about how avoidant individuals react when they realize they may have lost you. Let's imagine their relationship cycle as a clock with 8 stages. Stage 1. The desire for love. They long for love and crave to be loved by someone. Stage 2. The honeymoon phase. They find their other half and enter a sweet honeymoon phase. At this point, everything feels wonderful. Love is rosy and perfect. Stage 3. The storm brews. Conflict arises. This could stem from their unresolved past wounds being triggered, or your anxieties and insecurities making them feel suffocated. Stage 4. The thought of leaving. They begin to consider ending the relationship. Stage 5. The breakup. They officially say goodbye. Stage 6. Relief and false freedom. Interestingly, after the breakup, they feel exhilarated and relieved, as though a burden has been lifted. It's like experiencing a mini honeymoon of freedom, where they revel in no longer needing to manage someone else's emotions. Doesn't this seem odd? They leave because they fear losing their independence, yet they mistake self-reliance for true independence. They perceive closeness as a threat to their freedom and escape the burden of the relationship. During this phase, you might see them frequently posting happy pictures of vacations or outings with friends. While you're still reeling from the pain and struggling to cope, they seem to have moved on effortlessly. They may even share quotes like, "Single life is amazing," or "We both deserve better." However, these actions often serve as a facade to hide their fear of confronting genuine emotions. Some avoidants throw themselves into new activities to fill the void. They might work excessively, start going to the gym, practice yoga, or meet new people, all in an effort to stay busy and avoid the silence where suppressed emotions could surface. The answer is often no. Once the initial high fades, they begin to notice the emptiness you left behind. Inevitably, they must confront the negative emotions they've been suppressing, leading to stages 7 and 8. Stage 7. Emptiness and loneliness. You may think avoidant individuals never regret a breakup. Initially, they feel relieved, even euphoric, as though they've shed a heavy weight. They dive into activities like partying, posting cheerful social media updates, or even starting a new relationship. Statements like, "I've never felt better," may echo as affirmations of their supposed recovery. But this is just a mask. When the initial excitement subsides, they begin to feel a significant void. The once enticing activities lose their charm. They suddenly recall the times you listened to them, cared for them patiently, or supported them when they were at their lowest. They realize that no one else has given them the comfort you did. As outlined in Attached, one consequence of downplaying romantic relationships is that you often realize you long for it long after it has soured, forgetting all the negatives that once upset you. Similarly, M. Scott Peck in The Road Less Traveled writes, "Avoiding pain only prolongs suffering." At this stage, avoidants can no longer deny the emptiness and loneliness invading their thoughts. Stage 8. Self-blame and depression. When loneliness becomes overwhelming, they slip into a state of depression. This is when avoidants can no longer escape their feelings. They begin to question themselves. Why am I like this? Why do I always hurt the people who love me? These questions force them to confront their deepest fears, loss and solitude. At this point, you are no longer the demanding or pressuring partner in their eyes, but the perfect ex in their memory. The happy moments you shared become untouchable treasures, driving them into a spiral of self-blame and regret. Esther Perel, in Mating in Captivity, states, "We don't regret what we've lost, but rather that we didn't appreciate it when we had it." In their desperation to find solace, they may reach out to you, saying things like, "I really miss you," or "If only I'd been different, things could have worked out better." Don't rush into hope or confusion. This may just be part of their emotional loop. Avoidants often return not out of genuine love, but because they're trying to fill a temporary void. They're not seeking the real you of today, but rather the idealized version of you they've created in their mind. When they attempt to come back, ask yourself, have they truly changed, or are they just avoiding loneliness? As Amir Levine writes in Attached, a relationship is not a place to simply fill gaps, but a space for mutual growth. If you sense they haven't addressed their core issues, think carefully before making a decision. Sometimes choosing to love yourself is the bravest choice. Esther Perel reminds us in The State of Affairs. We often don't regret leaving a relationship, but rather not recognizing its value while still in it. For avoidance, they only truly see your value after losing you. But before deciding whether to take them back, ask yourself, Have they genuinely changed, or are they just seeking a temporary solution to their pain? Their loneliness might make them feel regretful, but they may lack the courage to admit it fully. As Esther Perel also says, the losses we fail to acknowledge will haunt us endlessly. At this point, avoidants realize that the void you left behind cannot be easily filled. Now the question remains, what should you do when faced with this situation? Let's explore this further in the next section. Number 3. What to do when they realize they've lost you. Step 1. Face yourself. After a breakup, it's common to get trapped in negative self-talk. I'm not good enough, interesting enough, or didn't do enough to save the relationship. These self-blaming narratives often feel like explanations for the pain but are in fact reflections of deep subconscious wounds. Have you ever wondered if these thoughts are even true? Look at it differently. The avoidant partner, no matter how distant they seem, is also grappling with their own internal narratives. They may convince themselves, we weren't compatible, or breaking up was for the best. Yet, as time passes and emptiness sets in, they start questioning the reasons they once clung to. The warm moments and meaningful gestures you shared become irreplaceable memories they can't replicate with anyone else. For instance, an avoidant might suddenly recall how you patiently listened to them vent about work stress, or how your presence brought them peace they had never experienced before. These aren't just nostalgic memories, they're reminders that you made them feel loved, even if they lack the courage to acknowledge it. Now is the time to challenge your negative thoughts about yourself. Was everything really your fault? Would the relationship have turned out differently if you had acted otherwise? As therapist Esther Perel once said, not everyone has the capacity to love the way you need. This isn't your fault, nor entirely theirs. Sometimes two people simply aren't in the same stage of emotional maturity. Write down the stories you tell yourself and ask, are they true or are they old wounds resurfacing? If you often feel not good enough, this may stem from childhood wounds where you had to work hard to earn love. Remember, they left not because you weren't enough, but because they weren't ready to face their own emotions. The next step is to redefine your life on your terms. Step 2. Set boundaries. The most crucial step in healing is establishing boundaries. Avoidants often feel relieved after a breakup, as though they've escaped a pressure-filled relationship. But as you disappear from their life, emptiness creeps in. The image of you patiently listening, offering small but meaningful acts of love, becomes something they can't find anywhere else. Setting boundaries isn't about revenge or hurting them. It's about protecting yourself and focusing on your healing. As Brené Brown writes, boundaries are the way we love ourselves enough to stop trading our value for approval. It's a gateway to growth for both you and them. So, what's next? You learn to love yourself even more. Step 3. Focus on solutions, not problems after a breakup. It's easy to get stuck in questions like, why didn't they choose me? Or, what did I do wrong? But focusing too much on the problem won't help you move forward. Instead, shift your focus to solutions. Ask yourself, who do I want to be 6 months from now? Or, what can I do today to feel better? Creating a clear plan not only helps you overcome the pain but also rebuilds your life. For example, choose an area of growth, such as health, career, or personal hobbies, and dedicate time to it. As James Clear writes in Atomic Habits, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your system. This means that by creating a clear roadmap, you'll find it easier to act and make progress. Remember, focusing on solutions doesn't mean forgetting the problem. It's about reclaiming control of your life. This will lead you to the next stage, where you heal and become a stronger version of yourself. Step 4. Nurture yourself and build momentum. Focus on yourself both inside and out. Start with your inner self. What do I need to feel better every day? It could be a healthier diet, a fitness plan, or new habits like reading, meditating, or learning a new skill. Even small steps create momentum. As James Clear writes in Atomic Habits, progress, no matter how small, generates the motivation to keep going. For instance, imagine setting aside time daily to jog. Initially, it may be just a few minutes, but as you persist, you'll notice changes not only in your physical health, but also in your mood. This gives you a sense of control, something essential when overcoming pain. Don't stop at internal growth. Rebuild your social life, connect with friends, or join communities you enjoy. Positive relationships can be a source of encouragement and remind you of the many beautiful things the world offers. When you see progress, you'll realize one profound truth. You don't need anyone else to complete you. This is a vital step in transitioning from dependency on the past relationship to independence and freedom. What happens next? You'll uncover your true strength and prepare for a new, brighter chapter in life. Step 5. Shape a new season in life. Every ending is an opportunity for a new beginning. To make your new season vibrant and fulfilling, actively shape it. Create detailed plans, set specific goals, and cultivate a vision for your future. Focus on personal growth, pursue passions, and build meaningful relationships. Be brave enough to explore new horizons and craft a truly special chapter in your life's journey. Ending a relationship is never easy, especially when facing the challenges of an avoidant ex. I hope this guide helps you understand the psychology of avoidant individuals and how they react to breakups. Remember, you deserve a love that's genuine, where you are valued and cherished. Never lower your self-worth or chase after someone who doesn't appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time to read this. If you have any questions or stories to share, don't hesitate to comment below. And if you found this helpful, share it with your friends who might benefit from it.